Okay, good day everyone. Now we will be talking about your asthma. Okay, remember that your asthma is what? It is a chronic, okay? Non-contagious. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating non-contagious, hindi siya nakakahawa, okay? Pero your asthma is characterized by your what? Characterized by what? Okay, one, okay, inflammation. Two, airway muscle tightening. And lastly, okay, mucus production. Okay? Simplihan lang natin. Asthma is your what? Your hyper-responsiveness of your airway. Okay? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, OA. Okay? OA mag-react. Okay? Kapag may asthma, OA mag-react ang what? Airways ninyo kapag may inflammation. Okay? So, now, what are the modifiable risk factors? Okay? Ito mga yon, environmental allergens natin that can cause your asthma attack. Okay? Dust. Okay? Yung mga buhangin or yung mga maliliit na particles natin like your dust, your pollens, your molds, okay? Kasama na rin dyan ang air pollution such as your smoking, okay? Vehicle emissions, yung mga usok ng mga sasakyan, smoking, okay? Occupational exposure, obesity, respiratory infections, and poor ventilation, and even your stress, okay? When it comes to non-modifiable risk factors, common dyan, especially genetics. Okay, pag sinabi natin genetics, yung mga may asthma, history of asthma, asthma saan? Sa family. Okay? We also have your children. Okay, na non-modifiable risk factors. Sex naman, pagdating sa boys, sa childhood nila. Okay? And then sa women, pagdating sa adult. Okay, so ano ang nangyayari? Because of the exposure to your modifiable and non-modifiable risk factors, nagkakaroon ng what? Trigger, okay? Nagkakaroon ng trigger yung katawan nyo. So ngayon, pag nagkaroon ng trigger, okay, so your IgE or your immunoglobulin E, okay, mediated mast cell, okay, is activated. Okay, so na-activate daw yung IgE natin, okay, mast cell activation. Okay, kung natatandaan nyo itong mast cell activation, di ba? Natatandaan nyo ba yung mast cell stabilizer. Okay, muscle stabilizer. Okay, natatandaan nyo yan? Yan yung ginagamitan natin ng what? Okay, your cromolyn sodium. Anong ginagawa ng cromolyn sodium nyo? It what? Prevents asthma attack. Okay? It prevents asthma attack. Okay, so balikan lang natin. Nagkaroon ng trigger, okay, na-activate sa IgE-mediated cell, okay? So what will happen? Okay, nagkakaroon ng release ng chemical mediators ninyo, such as your histamine, leukotrienes, prostaglandin, and your cytokines. Okay, so ngayon, na-release itong mga chemical mediators, what will happen? Okay, nagkakaroon ng airway inflammation. Okay, pag nagkaroon ng airway inflammation, okay, nagkakaroon ng airway hyperresponsiveness, nagiging OA mag-react yung buong airway mo. Okay? That could lead to what? Your bronchoconstriction and your mucus hypersecretion. Okay? Pagdating kasi sa bronchoconstriction, kung hindi nyo mahanap yung bronchoconstriction, hanapin nyo yung bronchospasm. Okay? Bronchospasm. Same lang yan. So remember, dun sa bronchos ninyo, may mga smooth muscle yan. Diba? May mga smooth muscle yan that could constrict or dilate. Okay? But, pag nagkakaroon ng inflammation, nagko-constrict ito. Okay? Nagko-constrict yung smooth muscle nyo. Kaya nagkakaroon ng bronchoconstriction. Okay? So, Dito ko kayo ngayon nagbibigay ng bronchodilators, okay? Yung mga salbutamol. Okay? Yung salbutamol ninyo, bronchoconstriction, okay? Yun yung binibigay natin, yung mga salbutamol natin. Ngayon, okay, dahil nagkaroon ng bronchoconstriction, nagkakaroon ng shortness of breath, okay? Shortness of breath. And then, aside from your shortness of breath, pwedeng magkaroon ng what? Expiratory wheezing. What happened? Okay, dahil ito, nagko-constrict, okay, may pumapasok naman na what? May pumapasok naman na hangin. But the problem is yung paglabas ng hangin mo. Okay? So, yung paglabas ng hangin. Okay? Nahihirapan. So, ano nangyayari? Nagkakaroon ng what? Expiratory wheezing. Okay? Pag lumabas. Kasi kailangan ma-force na lumabas yung hangin. Okay? Parang yung sa balon ninyo, di ba? Pag nagpalobo kayo ng balon, walang kahirap-hirap pag hinihipan mo siya. Hindi siya nahihirapang pumasok. Pero pag lumabas yung hangin sa loob ng balon, di ba? Parang tutunog muna siya. Okay? Tumutunog kapag nirelease mo na, di ba? Oh, so parang ganun yung nangyayari sa expiratory wheezing ninyo. Because of what? Because of bronchoconstriction. Okay. Punta naman tayo dito sa hypersecretion. Okay, mucus hypersecretion. Okay. Kasi pag nagkaroon ng mucus hypersecretion, parang sa sa bronchitis ninyo, nagkakaroon din ng mucus plug, 'di ba? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, ito yung airway ninyo. May mga cilia diyan, 'di ba? Yung mga finger-like projection, okay? So normally naman, kapag nagkaroon ng mucus production, ang ginagawa nila, they propels, okay, the mucus, okay, away from your lungs. So ibig sabihin, palabas ng katawan ninyo. But the problem is, nagkaroon ng mucus plug formation. Sobrang dami ng what? Ng mucus ninyo. Okay? Sobrang dami. Ngayon, dahil sa sobrang dami, okay, yung mga silya nyo na nandyan, hindi na makapagtrabaho ng maayos. Okay? Hindi nila mailabas yung secretion. Kaya, pwede bang mag-result yan sa blockage of airflow? Yes. Okay. So, anong ginagamit naman natin ng mga medication dito sa hypersecretion ninyo? It's your what? It's your anticholinergic. Anong ginagamit natin dito? It's your ipratropium. Okay? Neb. Your ipratropium. Kaya makakakita kayo ng salbutamol plus ipratropium. Okay? Na nebule. Okay, so yan yung ginagamit natin. Okay? Pwedeng salbutamol lang or pwedeng dalawa. Okay? So, ayan. So, pag nagkaroon ng bronchoconstriction at saka mucus hypersecretion, it could lead to what? Your airflow limitation. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng airflow limitation. Okay? Initially, nagkakaroon ng what? Ng hyperventilation. Yung mga patient natin na may asthma. Okay? So, ano yung ginagawa natin? Hyperventilation. Mabilis mawala yung CO2. Okay? So, mabilis mawala yung CO2. Kaya siya nag-hyperventilate. So, anong gagawin mo? Okay? Breathe siya saan? Sa brown bag. Okay? Sa brown bag. Okay? So, parang example lang to ng simpleng management natin for your asthma. Okay? Pagdating naman sa late, okay, it could build up your carbon dioxide causing your hypoxemia. Okay? Or your what? Hypercarbia. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, konti yung oxygen sa blood mo, tapos mataas yung carbon dioxide mo, it could lead to your hypoxia. And eventually, doon sa hypoxia, no, it could lead to your what? Okay, lactic acid production. Okay, lactic acid production because of your anaerobic respiration. Okay, normally, ang cell natin, ang ginagamit nila for metabolism is oxygen. But the problem, nagkakaroon ng hypoxia ngayon, di ba? So, anong mangyayari? Because walang oxygen, ang gagamitin niyang energy or ang gagamitin niyang ang gagamitin niyang hangin, okay? Instead na your oxygen, ang gagamitin niya is your carbon dioxide, okay? Ang byproduct ng carbon dioxide ninyo is your lactic acid, okay? So, pag dumami ang lactic acid, it could lead to your respiratory distress. Okay? Pag nagkaroon ng acidosis, okay, malalang acidosis, it could dilate your blood vessels. Okay? So, nagkakaroon ng what? Ng vasodilation. Okay? Vasodilation. Pag nagkaroon ng vasodilation, it could lead to your hypotension. Okay? Hypotension. So, pag hindi na-manage yung asthma ninyo, it could lead to your status asthmaticus. Pag hindi pa rin na-treat, it could lead to your death. Okay? So, that is your asthma.